That's my first piece of gold that has a young queen on it.
Yeah, she's pretty young there.
Going live. And we're live. So we're supposed to say something intelligent now, right? Wow, silver's down and the stock market's up.
Surprise, surprise.
All right. Let's check the New York Stock Exchange. Up 45 points on the Dow Industrials. Wow.
Yeah, but the Dow is irrelevant anymore.
Well, what's relevant then?
S&P and NASDAQ.
S&P, let's check S&P. It's up 6. And the NASDAQ's up 11.
Yeah, I still don't think I've recovered from last week's sell-off. I think I'm close, but not quite.
Yeah, me too. Seems like every time I lose on silver, I gain in stock market. And every time I lose in the stock market, I gain in silver.
Funny how that works out.
I know it. I'm just like treading water. I can't get ahead.
So next time you want to buy stocks, you need to short silver.
I guess. I don't know what to do. I'm dumber than a box of hair. It's pretty dumb, isn't it? So, did you stay for all of the chat last night, everybody?
No, I had to go to bed around 9 o'clock my time. Did I miss something after I left?
Well, Silver Siren just said a little while ago that it got rowdy, but all I remember about it is that Rocky and some of y'all were talking about the what do you call the new machinery stuff?
3D printers?
Yeah. You were into that, and I was like, that was over my head. I'm sorry. I'm an old fart. I don't understand all that crap. Guest, who is AJ?
That must be Argent Agent.
Is it? Hello, Argent Agent.
You scared him off.
AJ Caffey? Oh, sorry. Well, it was right there on his icon. Oh, dang it. I'll shut up now. So is he going to be mad at me now?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good looking coin.
Yeah, I was wondering about that one. Yeah, first high relief. What's your thoughts on that, Silver Siren? You think it might do okay? Wouldn't hurt to pick a couple up, I guess. They got it in gold too. Yeah, well,
Yeah. Hope I didn't mess up.
oh, excuse me. Yeah, I can.
So, it can be a dangerous thing searching for that Canadian 50-cent piece. 50-cent gold.
Sorry, I was just talking to my wife there. What was that about?
I said it can be a dangerous thing trying to find that Canadian 50-cent gold piece.
50-cent gold piece.
Yeah, the replica of the nickel.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that one actually did better than I thought it was going to do.
Yeah, you have to be careful if you put in Canadian golden beaver into your search engine. You don't get back
Yeah.
what you expected.
Yeah, I don't know where he went. Just went poof. He'll be back. I got to log on my computer and look at what's going on in the other chat there because I can't see the YouTube chat here.
How many monitors do you have?
Two.
And you can't see the chat in the other monitor?
Now I can. I wasn't on the page.
Oh. And you can't see the chat in the other monitor?
Oops.
Oh,
Wasn't on the page. Mute that.
Man, my whole window's shut down for a minute.
That's what we thought something happened.
I don't know what happened. So did Argent Agent get scared off? Uh, Everybody's muted but me. You want to listen to me talk?
You can listen to my dogs bark at every passing car.
Oh, well, that's all right. I got 2 dogs here, too, so. Garden progress. Man, it's growing like crazy, except I have a problem with carrots. I can't get my carrots to grow. What else am I having trouble with? Let's see. Got squash, potatoes, tomatoes, green beans, got grapevines. I got a few peas. What else do I have? I just got the okra in the ground, so they're not up yet. Oh yeah, gumbo and fried okra. Got spinach. We've been eating on it already. I've already eaten some radishes. Japanese radish. Let me go get some radish. I think I got some over in the kitchen. Hang on. Cyber.
Hi, Silver. I didn't realise you were here.
We're just fixing to look at my radishes. Fresh from the garden, man.
Best way. Bigger than ours.
Isn't that big? I wish that was silver.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
I know it, right?
Ah, everybody lies. I just realised you're not in my circles. It told me when I joined the Hangout. We'll have to sort that out later.
Definitely.
I haven't even cleaned them up yet. They still got dirt on them.
Alright, who else have we got? Oh, double 66.
How's it going, Cyber Curtain?
I'm fine. How are you?
All right.
Don't mention names.
What the fuck you?
No, don't mention names. So, yeah, I'm doing great. Did you see? Oh yeah, you commented on my video on destruction of coins.
Yeah, of course I did.
You know what? You're way in the running for being the biggest loser of my contest.
Really?
Yeah. You know that show, America's Biggest Loser?
Yeah.
Have you heard of that show?
Yeah.
So you're in the running for my biggest loser on my contest. Yeah. So, is this a new angle on your camera, Cyber? We're looking right on your keyboard.
You are. You're looking right at my keyboard. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's because I just dropped in quickly just to say hello to everyone because I've had a really heavy day at work and it's like nearly midnight for me now.
Oh yeah, right.
So I thought I'd just drop in and say hello.
I got a question. Did anybody get the message about the Silver Eagle sale from Gainesville? I sent out last night. I'm not very good at Google Plus. I'm not sure if anybody saw that. They were doing Silver
Siren
Eagle.
got it.
What was that?
Siren says she's got it, but I didn't get it.
Did you see it through the Google Plus thing or just the? Because I sent you a PM through YouTube. I haven't really figured out a way to like broadcast messages to the circle so that it pops up on people's like alerts.
You just got to go on to Google Plus and post your comment there.
Yeah, that's what I did. I shared it with the circles or with
Yeah. Are you in my circle? You must be in my circle.
I think so.
Let me check.
I'm not sure how all that works.
Yep, I got you.
But yeah, they had a quote-unquote surprise sale of Silver Eagles for $2.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, that was a pretty good deal.
Up here at Silver Gold Bowl, they have the 1.5 ounce polar bears on sale right now, $11 off per coin. So it brings them down to like $38 and change.
That's very good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a super deal. We got 6,000 ounces of those, or 6,000 coins left in stock, about 6,400. I got an email yesterday that they were going to extend the promo for one more week, try to liquidate more stock.
A lot of silver Mickeys left, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to pass on those.
I didn't actually realise they were from the New Zealand Mint. I also haven't looked into it.
So the silver polar bears, 1.5 ounces at 38. That's not bad.
Yeah, $38 Canadian.
So I have no idea what that would be American, but
Probably about around 35.
can I get them from Silver Gold Bull? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, Silver Gold Bowl. I don't know what they charge for shipping to the States, though. It's probably pretty expensive.
Oh, yeah.
It's not terrible, but you have to pay through PayPal or credit card, so you have to pay 3% for that. And then I think, because like I bought some Morgans or something from them, and I think it was only like $10 shipping.
Oh, that's not bad then.
Yeah, but it did sit in customs for about a week and a half.
Freaking customs always holding up everybody's shit.
I know.
I know from
I sent a package to oh, what's his name? The guy from Holland.
yeah.
He bought some 8 ounces of silver off me, and I sent him a package. I shipped it on the 4th, I think it was, and he just got it today.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, and I sent it expedited with tracking and insurance, so I paid like $43 for shipping, and it took that long.
Wow.
It sat in customs for over 2 weeks.
What did you put on the label? Did you put that it was silver coins or something?
No, I just put coins and the value of $250.
Huh. You know, Cyber tells me to put on their tokens. Don't put.
Oh, that's my dog going nuts. Hang on, I gotta get the door, guys. I'll be right back.
Everybody's got a dog except for Cyber and Salivate.
Yeah, I've just got a parrot.
That's a very clean keyboard, Cyber. You should be
Yeah.
proud.
Well, I used my air blower, didn't I? My air duster. Yeah, we need to have a little PM chat sometime, don't we, Silverhair? Yes, Silver Siren. I did plan to do an April pickups, but I remembered after I'd secured them all away. Oh dear. It's been a manic month. Yeah, I know. I purposely leave my month's purchases easily accessible so that I can do a video, and then blow me, I put it all away and remembered.
Hey, Siren, you remember that question I asked you? I went ahead and made the trade. Seemed like a pretty nice kid. You knew I would. Come on now. Got to give a kid a trade. Let me show you what I got in the trade. I got a 10-carat men's wedding band. And I looked it up on the gram weight and everything. It should be about $80. And I got a brilliant uncirculated mercury dime.
Mm.
So I got that for 2.5 ounces of silver. I thought it's a good trade. He seemed like a nice kid, so I went ahead and did it. No, I got the unboxing right here.
Now you're going to do us a live unboxing, are you?
Yeah, I figured I'd wait till Argent Agent got back in, but if he's gonna take his sweet time, then I'm not gonna wait on him.
Yeah, Silver Siren's got a point. He's seen it all. Yeah.
I know, right? He's seen everything.
Does anyone know how much the Arctic Fox is? They're 1.5 ounce, aren't they?
I thought they were just 1 ounce.
Oh,
I
the
thought,
Arctic Fox, yeah, is just 1 ounce.
Oh, is it? What am I getting mixed up with then?
Well, the polar bear was 1.5.
I think they were supposed to make a 1.5 ounce fox, and everybody's mad because they didn't.
No. They made a BU 1.5 ounce.
Ah, I thought they did.
Yeah, but the proof was only a 1 ounce.
Yeah. I thought I was right.
Yeah.
So do you know how much the 1.5 ounce BU is?
Yeah, I can tell you right now. Just give me a sec. I can pick them up for where are you? Just under $47 Canadian.
So I'm just putting that in my currency converter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah. You can get the 1.5 ounce polar bears right now for 39, just over $38.
Yeah, you just said that a minute ago, didn't you?
Yeah, oh, you were in the room? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I asked about the Arctic Fox, because you said it because obviously I've got some polar bears, but I would like some Arctic Fox.
Yeah.
I don't have a polar bear. I'll trade you for one.
All right, I figured it out.
You haven't got a polar?
That sucks. Sorry to everyone. My apologies.
No worries.
Yeah, by the
I'm
way,
sorry I called out your name a while ago. My apology.
no. Don't worry about that. And it's not that it's that big of a deal. You want to maintain some kind of anonymity. I just didn't want to log in using my name. By the way, for those, I figured it out. So on the bottom right-hand screen where it shows everybody who's participating, and it says you. Well, if you take the arrow over the box that says you, there's a little drop-down arrow. It says profile, and you can navigate through that and change the account to whatever you want it to be. So you can use your name, or you can use your ArgentAgent47 or whatever your nickname is.
Yeah, you can change your name in the chat to whatever you want.
Right. But the last time I did this, I just clicked the join in, and it logged me in as Argent Agent. There was no problem. But this time around, for whatever reason, I just couldn't do it. I followed all the steps. I logged out of one browser into another, and it wouldn't let me in.
Well, you got her figured now.
Yeah. Finally. My apologies.
No worries.
Yeah, Silver Siren was right. We've all had such issues. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw my name. I heard somebody say my name. Oh man, I got to log out.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. That's okay. Hey, I should have educated myself before doing this stuff. So
I don't even remember it now.
Quite all right. And there's a lot of people who on YouTube who ordered from me. They know my name. It's not the end of the world. But if you're doing something like this,
Okay, I can't wait anymore. I'm doing my unboxing. Ow! I think I just cut myself.
Hey guys, did Silverfish VT? Did he log into this and then log out of it?
I think he's finishing up dinner.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right, Argent. Do these look familiar?
Yeah, yeah. I can only see it. No, so can I click on that and see the big picture?
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that does look familiar. That's the wedge-tailed eagle, right? The 1 ounce proof, non-high relief.
Oh man, you're not even gonna let me open it.
There you go. Nice.
How do you recognise that from the box?
All right, I did this. I did this because of your suggestion.
Well, it's okay. That's how many did you buy?
Let's see, 5.
5 of them. Hey, do you have a loop? Do you have a magnifying glass?
I got a little magnifying glass. Man, I'm getting blood on them. Crap. I cut myself.
That's not good. Did you cut yourself? Paper cut?
No, I was opening the package with my little blade here and I cut myself.
Yeah. I can see the blood on one of the boxes.
Dang it.
Yeah, just don't
You're
get it
going to lower the value?
Yeah, well, if you get it on the plate, what I was going to tell you using the magnifying glass is to look at the rims on those.
Yeah? What difference does that make?
Well, because they and I tried to explain in the last time I was in this Hangout, and I got caught up in the argument with that dude. I couldn't. I didn't do a good job of trying to explaining myself. But the non-high relief, the coins you have right there.
Yeah.
The way the capsules that they come in, if you notice, if you take those out of the box and just hold the capsule, you can rattle them around pretty good. They're pretty loose. Okay, and they're evidently in transit to the govmint.com from the Perth Mint. Like, just turn it sideways. Like, okay, yeah, I can see it. Now just kind of just rotate it, and you should like turn it around. You should be able to hear a click. I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Maybe you got lucky and got a tight capsule. But all the ones I got, I've had over 500 of them, and every one of them have a loose capsule. They're loose inside the capsule, and they've got. If you look under like 10 magnification, you can see little tiny abrasions on the rim, and not on all of them, but on a lot of them, which is why they didn't grade very well. I know that GovMint sent off over 1,000 of them, and they rejected 99% of them because they could only get gem proof. They didn't meet the minimum grade of proof 69.
I don't get a hello. Are you on chat? You can still say hi to me.
Hi. Yeah, this one looks good. Of course, I don't know. Everything looks good to me when it's silver.
You'd be able to see it. I mean, if you have, I think you have to have. You have a what is the magnification on that magnifying glass?
Heck if I know.
Yeah,
Not
you
much,
might,
probably.
Yeah, you might need a strong, at least 10 times, at least 10 times magnification.
Yeah, I'm not there. I don't have that kind of magnification. So, should I get these graded or not?
Well, I get a loop first, or at least, and you can buy one for $10. And you can get a 10 by, a 12 by, or a 16 by magnification, and look at the rims closely. And if the rims are problem free, then yeah, you should get it graded.
Okay.
It would pay off. It would certainly pay off. There's not going to be very many proof 69s or 70s when it's all said and done with these, compared to the high relief version, which there's over 4,000 70s.
Wow.
Wow, that's almost half the run they did.
Yeah, it's almost half the mintage. Yeah.
I'll
Well,
trade you a loop,
that
Sylvain.
tells one thing about the quality that they put out.
Say that again. It was one thing about the what? I'm sorry.
I say that tells one thing about the quality they produce if they're getting that many 70s out of their coins.
Well, on those so-called high relief coins, which really, if you want to get technical about them, it's not really a high relief. It's a PA4. It's a concave PA4, reduced diameter proof. And the way they strike those, they have a concave obverse reverse, and the rims are really thick, and then there's a little tiny wire rim within a rim on the very outside of the coin. And then they put them in those tighter capsules. Well, of course they're going to grade well. You're going to get a lot of 70s if you not only strike the coin well and strike it properly, produce it properly, but put it in a tight capsule. And what happens? This is the theory, and I don't know if it's true or not, but that when you put them on an airplane and they fly them to the States or wherever they're going, that the vibration can cause the coins to vibrate in a loose capsule, thus creating the little abrasions on the rims. That's the prevailing theory. There's got to be something to it because they're not grading well. So far, I've sent off close to 110 coins that I've sent off and got returned, and of those, I've gotten 13 total coins graded. That's not very many.
That's not very many, no.
They just don't grade well. Which it sounds like I'm saying something negative. It's a tremendous positive if you're speculating, if you're looking down the road in terms of the potential numismatic value for the coin.
Right, I get you.
No, they're great coins. A great design. John Mercanti designed them. He's not going to design anymore. I know some people think this is going to be a series. It's not necessarily going to be. It's more of a, for lack of a better term, a mini series. I know that they're going to do two or three more of these that come out at the first of the year, but they're not. But John Mercanti won't be designing any coins.
It's a beautiful design.
It is a beautiful design.
It's one of the nicer eagle designs I've seen in a long time.
It kills the American Silver Eagle. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, which he designed, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, the tips of the wings, just the detail on those feathers is amazing.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I know too. Some people are interested in the gold high relief 1 ounce. I got a lot of PMs after that last hangout, and my advice on that is, don't go paying $3,500, $4,500. In some cases, people are paying $5,000. It's just that's not a good bet right now.
No, I didn't think so.
Not for that price. If you can get it in the secondary market for $1,800, $1,900, which again, I was trying to illustrate that in the last hangout. I was trying to compare the wedge-tailed gold 1 ounce high relief to the lunar high reliefs, and in terms of mintage, population, and then the huge price discrepancy. $4,500 versus $1,700.
Right.
They made 1,000 of one. They made 388 of the other. That's classic pump and dump. That's what government.com does. That's what a lot of these big bullion distributors do, and these so-called world coin distributors, government.com, Talisman Coins, all those guys, Panda America, they're going to jack the prices up, and 99% of the time, even though I do business with some of these guys, I would never recommend that you buy the graded stuff, the slab stuff, off of their website, because it's ridiculously overpriced.
Interesting.
Yeah, most of the stuff from Talisman Coins is overpriced.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly, 99% of it. But that's what these big bullion distributors and so-called coin deal. That's what they're doing now. They send them off. They send a lot of these coins off, and some of them are doing it not graded. Some of them are selling them raw like that.
So when you send them to get graded, do you send the boxes too?
No, you don't send the boxes.
Okay.
You leave the coin in the capsule. You leave the coin in the capsule, and you stick it in a museum, like what we call a museum quality flip, which is these huge non-PVC flips. which they'll fit you can fit a full-size capsule in there, and you just package them up real tight and ship them to PCGS. I recommend PCGS. That's where the market's going to be.
Yeah, I was asking because associate is $39 and then like $17 a coin.
What? I'm sorry. Say that again. It's
Yeah, the associate membership to PCGS is $39, and then
yeah, it's $39 a year.
yeah, and then $17 a coin for the basic world coin deal.
Yeah, and here's the problem with that. You don't want to do the basic world coin, because then what you're going to get, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the regular PCGS slab, which in and of itself, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're sending off, pre-64 numismatic, U.S. numismatic, Canadian numismatic, that's fine.
Right.
But if you're sending off bullion, and especially silver, you want it to go through with NGC. They call it conservation. With PCGS, they call it restoration. It's absolutely paramount that you have 999 or 49 silver conserved or restored, depending on the grading service that you use. And the reason why is sooner than later. Okay, sooner than later, especially in humid climates, those coins are going to develop white spots. That's sulfur inside the silver, little trace elements of sulfur. It comes to the surface of the coin, and it presents itself in a big white milky spot. You cannot remove those. At least you can't remove them without damaging the coin, impairing the coin. Okay, and if you send it off and just use the standard, $15, $16 to grade the coin. If you use the standard service, the coin can actually turn inside the holder. And right now on eBay, there's a vendor out of California. He did just that, and I warned him, don't send these in without using Secure Plus Restoration. Does it cost more? Yes. But if those coins turn inside that holder, if they get those white spots, that's it. That's the end of that. You're gonna send it back to PCGS. They're gonna downgrade the coin, and they're gonna give you $30-$40. They're gonna find out what you paid for it, ask you what you paid for it, look at the market value for a raw coin, and then give you the reimburse you that way. With Secure Plus, they're gonna give you the market value for the graded value. If it turns, but if you use restoration, 99.9% of the time, it's not going to turn inside the holder.
Very interesting. I did not know.
How much extra does that cost?
Quite a bit. I mean, you're looking. Well, first of all, let me, and I apologize too. That whole thing not being able to log in frustrated the hell out of me. So my recommendation is, this is just my, do what you want, but I personally would not sign up for their associate member and pay $40 a year or whatever. I know you can do a silver membership or a gold membership, and it becomes more expensive as you get higher up. They give you a few free submissions. Here's the problem. Okay, when you send off coins, all right, you have to. I mean, you got to send it registered mail. If you don't fill out the forms right, they'll send it back to you, or they'll hold on to them for months in some cases. It takes forever. They don't prioritize you if you're a non-dealer. So my recommendation is take it to a dealer. Take it to a local PCGS authorized dealer, and let them do it. And it won't cost you as much as you would have to pay if you signed up for the year-by-year membership and then pay the fees. Some people do it and they're okay with it, and they still make a profit. But if you go to a PCGS authorized dealer distributor, it'd be significantly cheaper, especially if you're sending in quantity. If you're sending 20, 30 coins off, that stuff adds up. You're looking at, if you want it back in 30 days, you're looking at $20 a coin.
Right. Well, can I send them to you and you send them for me?
You could do that, but that's the roundabout way of doing it. That's a long way of doing it, because you're gonna have to ship it to me and insure it, and then I have to ship it down to PCGS, and then they got to ship it back to me, and then I got to ship it to you. It's absolutely possible to do it that way. What if I may ask, what part of the country are you in?
Central Texas.
Listen, I know a lot of good dealers in Texas. Here's what I can do is I can find out if you want to PM me and tell me specifically where you're at. Then I can tell you where to go, because these guys, listen, you walk right into a coin shop, and you give them, they do all the work for you. They submit the coins. You don't have to do nothing except for give them the coins. Makes it easy.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying I won't do that. I have done that for some of my newer clients, but it is the roundabout way of doing it, because you got to ship it to me and then I have to do it. I have to submit it and then they ship it back to me and then I got to ship it back to you, and it does take some time.
Okay. Well, I PM'd you once and I didn't get an answer. So.
Well, and let me address that right now. Here's another frustrating thing. So I get a lot of PMs. Probably 50% of the private messages I get, I'm just not allowed to. It doesn't allow me to reply to them because I'm not an approved user or approved. I'm not sure even what. Like I'll push send, and instead of showing me that it's gone through, it just freezes up, and then a little a pop-up window shows. It tells me that unless I'm an authorized member or an authorized user, I can't send you a message, and I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
And thereby I can't, and I have no way unless I go on somebody's channel and go into one of their videos and leave a comment. Hey, and I've done that before. Hey, you've sent me some PMs. I've tried to contact you, but for whatever reason, you haven't approved me to send private messages.
Huh.
Has anybody else had these? Is it just me, or is that?
Sometimes
I have
sometimes
trouble
people have
sending
contact.
Siren a message.
I'm sorry. Sometimes people what?
Have something called contact lock on, which won't allow you.
Okay.
It's just a setting, and it won't allow you to communicate with them. I've run into that before.
Okay, but what's weird is they're able to send me a private message, right? So I guess
Yeah.
I don't have contact lock on.
Right.
And then-
Right. Exactly. They can contact you. You can't contact them.
Okay, yeah, and so that's another frustration. If in the future, if to avoid that, if you're comfortable leaving your phone number, which ultimately, if you're going to order something from me, you're going to have to give me your phone number. We're going to have a talk over the phone.
Sure.
For me to do that. So if anybody's listening that they want to do that, just PM me, leave your phone number, and that defeats. We won't have to worry about it then.
Argent Agent, can you just talk about real quick how long you've been in business, and so people don't think this is like a fly-by-night thing on YouTube?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
talk
absolutely.
about your business.
I've been doing this now since professionally for about 18 years, full time for about 14 years. I was in the private investigative business for about 15 years, and then I effectively retired and moved on to as a full-time coin dealer when I realized there was a lot less stress in the coin business, for one thing, and I was actually making more money as my quote-unquote hobby than I was with my business, and I had a successful private investigative business. One day my wife said, you don't need this, and you're making enough money. You're making more money with your coin business than you are your private investigative business. So that was it.
I always wondered what happened to Magnum PI. That's weird.
Yeah, you became a coin dealer. About 14-ish, 15 years full time now. By the way, was that Silverfish?
Yes.
He's there somewhere, yeah.
That was sneaky, dude. I didn't recognize your voice.
So see, Silverhair, even if you don't give him your information, he can find it out.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I mean, I've been talking with Argent Agent on the phone now for months, and I'm more than willing to do this with him. I mean, it means anything to any. I'm more than willing to vouch. He's been in the business for so long, and has so much experience. Yeah, I'm very sick.
Yeah, and here I talk to this guy on the phone at least once a week for the last 8-9 months, and your voice it doesn't even sound like you.
Yeah, I know.
No, hey, and by the way, regarding YouTube, and ever since I did that fire sale back almost a year ago, coming up on about 10 months ago, the clients that I picked up off of YouTube, I've had nothing but a good experience with them. I talked to all of them on the phone. They've, whatever they've ordered, they've always been pleased with. So I've had nothing so far. Knock on wood, I've had nothing but a good experience on YouTube regarding that, regarding picking up new clientele and selling coins. I've also bought from a few people, and that helps me because I'm able to help some of my longtime clients with stuff that I didn't have.
Okay, so I just sent you a PM with my phone number.
I'm sorry, sir. You did what?
I just sent you a PM with my phone number, so if you get it, good.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. I absolutely will.
Okay.
So how many people are on here right now? So this little bottom thing, these are all the people that are logged on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up to 10 people can be in here at a time, but Siren also sets up a chat and the YouTube channel.
Right, and guys, listen, I apologize. I got to get used to this thing. Obviously, I know that on the side here, there's people saying, and I'm trying to pay attention to the video. I'm watching the video and I'm trying to read these captions at the same time. So bear with me.
Well, understand comment sections too. There's the one that you see here, and if you actually open up another window, you would see another comment section. So it gets pretty convoluted.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it can.
I call it one like the cheap seats. That's where I usually hang out in the cheap seats, just commenting as the hangout's going on.
Yeah, that's what before I ever participated in one of these, that's what I did for the longest time. And I noticed too, like in the normal comment section, you can type something, and I thought, well, that's going to pop right up, and they're going to see that. They don't see it. 99% of the time, they don't see anything to say. So I thought, well, one of these times I'm going to actually log in and join in one of these. And I did it a couple weeks back this time, and I thought, oh, this is easy. And then I log in today, and I log in under my real name. What a pain in the butt.
Hey, Argent Agent, I don't know if anyone talked about it in today's chat, but do you have any insight on those Kennedy commemoratives?
The upcoming gold?
Yeah.
Like anything coming out of the U.S. Mint, it's going to be hot right out of the gates, no doubt about it. I have a handful of clients that want it, so I'll probably be getting some, and they're going to go to PCGS. My problem is that the whole eBay thing and these other vendors, they're going to get these back, and they're probably going to make the mintage is going to be pretty strong, and there's going to be a lot of 70s and 69s, and people are going to, it's going to be like the baseball coins. They're going to be overpriced to begin with, and then a couple of years later, look at the 2009 the gold high relief St. Gaudens. When that first came, I was selling those in for the first few months when they first came out. In PCGS MS70, which is it shouldn't be, it should be proof, but I was selling the MS70s for $6,000 and $7,000, and now you look at them now, and you'd be hard pressed to get $2,000.
Well, I mean, understand. I think we'd be looking at from the perspective of buying it from the mint for their price, and hopefully being the one selling it for $6,000 or $7,000, or even less. I mean, that's an optimal number.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah. There's
what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. There's a lot of pros and cons to that because and that's where I'm pretty careful about the new stuff, and especially the stuff coming out of the U.S. Mint. When the America the Beautiful 5-ounce, I don't know if you guys remember those things. To get them graded in 68s and 69s, proof likes or whatever they were, people were paying stupid money for those things when they first came out, and it only took a few months for those things to drop back to completely plummet. They came back down to earth fast. And if you sell that, for me, I'm not APMEX or anything like that. I'm a small time dealer when it comes to bullion devices. And for me to sell stuff like that, People remember that. You sold me a coin for $5 grand, and today it's worth, you know, $500. Listen, you don't want that stigma. People are gonna take issues with you no matter what. People already do. You know, look at the last Hangout I was in. You got to compete with that stuff, that nonsense. So if you sell something, if you overprice something, and you do it in abundance, people are going to remember that you sold them those coins.
Right.
There's the pumper and dumper. That's the pumper and dumper guy. He pumped them up. He sold them at an exorbitant price, and he sold a bunch of them. And I bought 4 or 5 of them, and I lost my ass. You don't want that stigma as a dealer.
Oh, certainly. I mean, I'm talking as a long-term holder here, and I'm on board with BT, hoping to order from the mint on day one. I mean, I want to load up. I mean, I don't make too many big purchases as an individual here, holding up for the long term, but I'd like to get at least 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt you. And like I said, I'll probably get a dozen or so for the handful of clients that want them. Is it a good immediate flip? Absolutely. If you get them, if you're one of the first few people to get them, you send them to PCGS or even NGC, you get that first strike designation. Yeah, you'll make stupid money if you flip them. Long term, here's the problem. I mean, somebody give me an example if you can. Name one modern coin, and what I mean by modern coin, produced from 1982 to current date, that has a significant numismatic value and that's held its value. I can only think of a couple.
The Buffalo silver dollar?
At one point in time, $600-700, now $200.
Oh, okay. You're talking about that held its value.
And there's hundreds of thousands of them. I'm talking gold, silver, you name it, platinum, whatever. Either a proof or mint state, a regular issue coin. The only coin that I can think of that's held its value is the and I can't think of it. It's the bimetallic Library of Congress. I want to say that's 2001. It's gold and platinum bimetallic. Not the proof, ironically, not the proof issue, but the BU, the mint state issue. And I'm not talking eBay values. I'm talking dealer to dealer wholesale value. That's maintained. And it's progressively gone up over the years. But I can't think of any other modern coins that have held their value, especially in the last 3 to 5 years. And you look at these baseball coins. The first day they were selling them, some people were selling the silver proof 70s for $1,600-1,700 a piece, not a pair, but a piece. For the mint, the mint state, and then the proof, and then a week later you could $1,500 for the pair, and then now you can buy them for $400 a piece.
Well, right. People that are jumping in immediately and paying the absolute absurd pumped up price. I mean,
Exactly.
They're just asking. I said the people that jump in right and pay the pumped up price on the secondary market, they're going to get fleeced.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. They're going to get housed. That's where you got to be patient.
Absolutely, there's no question about that. I think generally, we're talking in terms of we're the ones buying from the mint for the mint opening day price, not the not the secondary market pumped up price.
Right. No, exactly. But that's the way. There's 2 ways to do it. It's to log in and hope that you can get your allotment, 4 or 5, whatever it is, or like with the baseball coins, if you were at the Baltimore show, you could buy the coins. You could walk up to the U.S. Mint table. You could buy the coins. You could walk over to NGC or PCGS and have them graded. And those were the coins that were selling for stupid money.
Right.
That is it. Look, if you're a collector and you do that and you sell 2 or 3 coins and you're relatively anonymous, go on with it. Take advantage of that. Can I personally do that? No, I wouldn't do that because eventually people would come back and my clients would come back and say, you told us this coin was a good coin and you sold it to us for $4,000. Now it's worth $1,000. Okay, they're going to stop buying coins from them. That's the advantage that you have over any dealer.
Are you familiar at all with the Russian wildlife series from the 90s?
Well, yes, I am, and also about the so-called modern Russian coins, the ballerinas and whatnot. Yeah, I am. Those especially the ballerinas. Those went up. If you go back to 2007, 2008, those, oh my God, the market for those was absurd. It was on par with what happened with Chinese coins in 2010, 2011, and then of course a year later they plummeted, they crashed. Now they've built back up a little bit. I don't have a big clientele base for them right now though.
Yeah, I've noticed the gold Russian wildlife series have done pretty consistently well since the 90s.
Now how do you just buy them through a dealer? Or how do you get them?
I don't own them. They're a little bit out of my price range. I have a few of the ballerinas, but
okay.
I've just kind of kept an eye on them because I've noticed, they're still selling in the $4,000 to $9,000 range, depending on the spec.
Yeah, and at the peak, there were some of the rare date ballerinas that were up there, and they came back down to earth. Here's the one thing this is the one thing I wanted to convey in the last hangout. I was unable to. It doesn't matter if a coin's a modern coin or if it's a bullion device, or if it was made in the 1970s, the 1960s, pre-64 U.S. numismatic. You look at. There's two things you look at. You look at the mintage. Yes, you pay attention to the mintage. Sometimes the mintages can be tricky. It can be misleading. The most important thing you look at is you look at surviving population. And if a coin has a mintage, and we'll use the lunar coins. Okay, we've talked a lot about the gold lunar high relief coins. There's 388 of them. Of course, that's a no-brainer. If there's a finite number, and there's never going to be any more than 388 of these things. In time, 3 to 5 years out. In the coin business, we always look at 3 to 5 years out on stuff like that. Where's it going to be 3 to 5 years from now? Okay. So something like that, something that has a low mintage like that, you can't go wrong with that if you pay the right price. Now, if you go to government.com and you pay $4,995 for a 1 ounce gold coin, that's only going to be worth $3,000 5 years out. You screwed up. But if these lunar coins, you're paying $1,600-1,700 for the proof 70. You're still paying a premium, but you're not overpaying for the coin. So low mintage, and more importantly, low surviving population. In other words, 5 years out, how many coins survived? How many coins were gradable? And it doesn't matter if it's modern bullion or the old stuff. Rarity and scarcity never go out of style, and they always find a way to go up in value. Even if they stay under the radar, someone's going to discover, hey, look, there's only 8 of these. That's all it takes. And the next thing you know, it's a $1,000 coin when it was a $100 coin one day.
Can I throw you this all here, Argent Agent?
Yeah.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit, and I'm going to do this for Mob Deep. I promised him that I would do this, but you go to the Perth Mint website and you just see hundreds of new releases, right? You go to the Royal Canadian Mint site, and every year there's just you're swamped with new releases. It seems like from every corner of the globe, every mint is doing everything they can. So how do you kind of wade through this and look for winners for modern bullion and work under the assumption that they will hold their premium or increase their premium as time goes on?
Good question, and you're right. They both those mints, the Perth Mint, and I love the Perth Mint. I love the Royal Canadian Mint, but they've in the last 10, 12 years they've inundated that whole. I mean, there's probably every month 15, 16 coins come out. And which one? And you're asking me, how do you decipher which one of those coins or what group of coins that you buy and you don't buy? For me, and I know there's a lot of people that love the colored coins and the Venetian glass coins and stuff like that. That's fine. That's great. Do I recommend that stuff long term? No. What I look at is I look at coins that have an understated design. A stylistic, understated design. They translate that translate well to a lot of people. So, for example, the lunar, we'll use the Royal Canadian Mint, their reverse proof coins, or like the lunar reverse proof coins. And I know now they're making them, they're mass producing them. But if you look at the first, for the Series 1, and this is going to get confusing because of course the Perth Mint Series 1, Series 2, but the Royal Canadian Mint made, starting I think in 1998 with the Tiger, they made the reverse proof lunar maples, and the mintages were 20, 25,000. More importantly, the survivability and the gradability of those coins was they didn't do well, and that translates now into, it's a good coin. I highly recommend. Hold on, guys, I'm getting a phone call. This is very distracting. Give me 1 second. Hello. Absolutely.
Just to follow on to Argent Agent's point, because we've actually had this conversation. The popularity of the reverse proof maples today is causing people to go back and look to collect the whole series, and people are paying absolutely absurd prices for some of the earlier maples, the reverse proof maples.
Absolutely.
The lunar
I apologize, guys. My wife called. Sorry about that. But no. But how you wade through that stuff? You just have you got to coin by coin basis. If I stay away from the jeweled stuff, like the Swarovski crystal coins, Royal Canadian Mint, and I stay away from the colored stuff, like the lunar proof, the regular lunar proof coins from the Perth Mint. I buy that stuff. I buy that as much as I can because it sells well and it maintains its value.
So here's another question. I earlier this year I started to collect some coins from Kazakhstan. I put some videos out, but I got a couple of those space coins, and they're part silver, part tantalum. Any insight?
I'm sorry, they're part what?
The other metal, it's called tantalum.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, and silver.
Yeah.
I don't deal in stuff like that. I see a lot of that stuff on eBay. My whole contention, look, if you're able to buy that stuff now, and either get it graded or not, and flip it for a profit, buy it, whatever it is. If you're confident, if you see that people are paying a significant premium, and you can buy it for, not in some cases you're not gonna get these for spot, but if you can buy these for under market value or close to market value and make a profit, do it. Long term, remember, there's got to be a significant demand for this stuff down the road. There's not a lot of people looking for Kazakhstan coins right now.
Agreed. I mean, but I did some additional research, and they were in the top 10 mints of the world last year, so they're scoring points.
Yeah, no, they're good designs, no doubt about it. That's some of the most beautiful designs. You're talking about like the owl face and all the animal face coins?
Well, I got all the Lunar Series edition.
Yeah. Those are nice. They're no doubt about it. They're beautiful.
Yeah, Siren could mention my Lunar unboxing. There was a dramatic ending to it.
I'm sorry. Who am I speaking? Who is this?
My handle's $1
I'm sorry.
My handle, it's $1.
$1. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I know the.
Well,
it doesn't tell me who's talking when somebody talks, so I have to.
The little green light goes up when they're speaking. If you look in the bottom box.
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. No, I just now saw that. Okay. Work in progress, guys. Sorry.
No sweat. We all get used to it. But yeah, I mean, my train of thought is, I mean, I'm treating it as a sleeper. I mean, if I lose, I'm not losing too much, because I mean, we're talking like $100 average per coin. I mean, I got 7 coins altogether. So I mean, even if I had to sell it at spot, so I mean, I'm not gonna lose the house.
Well, hopefully you don't have to sell it at spot, because then you are getting killed. But you're talking about 1 ounce coins, right?
Yes. Actually, the Space Edition coins, they weigh a bit more because that tantalum is like heavy as it's heavy as a platinum, or just about somewhere on a periodic table. It's a very heavy metal.
Yeah, it is. It is, but obviously it's very alternative, especially for coin house.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got that International Space Station coin. I mean, that's a beautiful. probably the most expensive. I think I paid $130 on eBay, but I mean, relatively low mintage, 5,000 of them. They're building a reputation over there. I mean, it might pay out. Maybe I'll just bust even. I'm not an immediate flipper per se. Everything I'm holding is long term unless something goes crazy stupid. Then I'll sell it, I guess. I never sold anything on eBay, personally speaking.
Yeah, I'm not. Anybody that knows me and listens to me, they know I'm not a big eBay fan. Even though I do sell on eBay, but yeah, it's hard to make money on eBay right now. The eBay fees are just killing people.
Oh yeah. A lot of us constantly. A lot of that topic's brought up constantly in our chats.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you almost have to majorly overprice something to get your profit, to keep your profit margin up.
Silverside asking if there are any really relatively cheap options out there with potential, and we'll just keep it between us and the rest of the internet.
Okay, look, I'll tell you this. Whenever I give a recommendation, it's always going to be something. And this, I'm going to try and dispel all the pump and dump nonsense. Yeah, the people that know me, that buy from me, they know that's not what I do. I recommended the gold lunar coins. I don't have those. APMEX has those, so it doesn't. I don't gain anything by them selling the coins. I just believe in it. And if I believe in it, then I pass that information along, and hopefully people can take advantage of it at a low price. But right now, the stuff that I'm buying, the stuff that I'm looking at, is I just mentioned the Series 1 Canadian lunar stuff that's gonna grade at least SP specimen 68, 69, or 70. That stuff seems to be undervalued right now. Even on eBay, you can find some people selling them in the original Mylar flips, $40, $50. And if you get them graded and they're, you get a 68, 69, or God forbid a 70, you're going to make real money on that. And so that's what I look at. I look at low minted stuff. The Australian, we've discussed this ad nauseum, but the 2014 wedge-tailed silver proof, the non-high relief, I'm big on that one. I'm huge on that one because of the circumstance. Off the top of my head, also too, regarding some of the 1/10 ounce gold, the 2007, 2008, the 2007, 2008 Panda 1/10 ounce and the 1/4 ounce, they're starting to build up steam. You're going to pay a premium, but if you look at the 2002 and the 2006 1/10 ounce gold Pandas, just 2 years ago, you could buy them for $300 a pop. That was a premium. Well, now the 2002 sells for $3,000. The 2006 sells for $1,600-$1,700, and mint state 69. Even in raw form, you're going to get $1,500 on the 2006. You're going to get $2,500 on the 2002, and that's dealer to dealer wholesale. That's not eBay pricing. Look, guys. There's a ton of stuff. There's a ton of undervalued, under the radar stuff that right now people are ignoring. They're buying all this, the new stuff that's coming out month by month, and a lot of the stuff that was produced from say 2001 to 2010. There's a ton of undervalued, under the radar stuff, low minted, low survivability.
So when you see them at a show, or you go to a local coin shop and they're underpriced, you snatch them up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Silverfish and I have talked about this. You go, okay, so for example, I'll go to a big coin show, okay, and one guy at one table who is well versed in modern coinage, he sends his coins off, he gets them graded, and he sells them for market value, right? In some cases, these are extremely high prices, especially for some of the modern Chinese coinage. And then 6 tables down, we'll have an old-fashioned coin dealer. All right, he deals in U.S. numismatics, the old stuff, but he also sells bullion out of the store. So he's stockpiled this old, Chinese silver and gold pandas, some of the cultural pieces, some of the older perfume issues. They stockpile this stuff. They bring it to the show. They unload it for nothing. And you can tell them, look, there's a guy down for 6 tables over. He's selling that same coin for $1,000. You're selling it for spot. And he says, I don't care. Let him do it. Okay, whatever. I'll buy it. I'll buy all you have. And they're happy to sell it to you. That stuff happens all the time at the big shows.
Yeah, I got to get better at with my purchasing skills over at the coin shows. They had one in my area, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up a few things, and I put a video out, and Salivate Metal's like, yeah, nice picks, but you really need to negotiate better on some of the prices, because I had some of the price tags still on a couple of the pieces I bought.
Give me an example.
Okay, so one of the coins I picked up, I think it was a MS65 commemorative $half for, oh goodness, the Huguenot.
Okay.
So I think it was an MS64, sorry, but it was like $195. It was slapped from PCGS.
And you said you paid $195?
Right.
Yeah, I mean you didn't get hammered, but yeah, you could have probably done a little bit better, and in that grade.
Right. So then another example. Yeah, CCT just left, but he kind of turned me on to these Mexican coins from 1948. They were 5 peso pieces, and
okay. Right.
I paid $32 for each of them, and I probably could have got a little off for them as well, but.
You could
I
have.
was excited just to see that this guy had 5 of them. Like, yeah, I'll pick them up. They looked like they were uncirculated, and for a coin minted in 1948, being sold.
You didn't get hung out to dry, but you could have done slightly better, but you didn't get, as long as you didn't pay double, triple the price, you're fine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I lost a house, but I probably could have saved a little, but. I'm going to remember, what Salivate said. I mean, he's a very smart guy. Salivate Metal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he is. I thought he was going to be on here tonight, but I guess not.
He was on the other night. I think it was Sunday afternoon. He stayed on for a while too. It was about an hour or so.
Okay. Now I'm actually. Okay. He couldn't make it. Okay. I'm now. Okay, guys, how do I keep that that window open where the chat log is? How do I keep that open full time?
So
it's acting funky tonight. It keeps blinking in and out on me.
Yeah, that's what's happening with me. Like when somebody, like right now I can't see it, but when somebody types something, it comes on and then it goes away.
I keep my curly in the box.
Okay.
And that seems to be helping a little bit. It's like a stake in the ground kind of thing.
Your arrow? Cursor? Did you say cursor? Okay, let me try that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's working. Okay, thank you.
This is the first time on the chat. I just want to make sure. Am I on also?
You are, Mr. EQ Silver.
All right. It's about time. Good to hear you guys.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good to hear you, EQ.
Everything's good. Argent Agent, good to hear you too. Some informative, some good information.
Yeah, I got to get better at this though. This is I apologize. My phone constantly I turned the sound and the vibration off, but it's a major distraction. In fact, I think I got somebody on here. Somebody just sent me a text message and said that for me to read their message on here. So I don't know who that is. Somebody with a 402. Is that Nebraska? A 402 area code. So whoever you are, I'll have to get back to you when I'm done because I can't do 2 things at once. Clearly. Okay, Frank Coleman. I'm using Google Chrome and I'm not having any problems. Yeah, I'm on Firefox. I tried to use Google Chrome and it wouldn't let me log in under my name until I figured out how to do that.
Yeah, this was
a little weird. I got my Google Plus account and then my YouTube account. They're both intertwined. sometimes it signs me on as my Google Plus account.
That's what happened to me today, and I figured out if you take your cursor and hover over your icon, it'll say you. There's an arrow, a drop down arrow. You click on profile, and then you can walk through, and you can be your name or whoever your email account's attached to, or you can be your YouTube username.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was it sucked. I couldn't log on for about a half hour. I couldn't log on until I figured that out.
So
yeah, that took so long that Mob Deep actually sobered up in that time. It was a tragedy.
ArgentAgent, you got me kind of paranoid now with these modern coins. I bought 4 of those Mickey Mouse coins.
You do which one? The gold or the silver?
The silver. I by the time I woke up in the morning and saw that they were for sale, they were already gone.
What'd you pay? What'd you end up paying for them?
I paid the issue price.
What's that?
The issue price. It was like
85 bucks, 89 bucks,
95.
95 bucks.
Now I'm paranoid. I'm thinking about canceling it.
Look, you're gonna get all the Disney people. That's something that sounds like it would be a good immediate flip. Is that something I would buy and hold on to and hope that it builds in value over 3 to 5 years? Nah, probably not. But
I've never sold anything on eBay yet.
You haven't?
No.
Oh man. Well,
I hear that you guys talk about these fees.
Yeah, they suck. There's no doubt about it. It didn't listen. It didn't used to be like that. There was a time when the fees were relatively low, especially for coins. 10 years ago it was great. I think you paid 3.5% if you had a merchant account. So it wasn't horrible. It wasn't I think what is it now? 13% if you factor in PayPal. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
So here's one thing too is they just had their earnings call and I need to go through it, but I heard that Amazon and other competition is putting pressure on them to reduce some of their fees. So that could be a good thing.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, go Amazon. No kidding.
I'll have to look into that more. That was a quick blurb on CNBC tonight.
Oh, like on TV, okay.
Yeah, they in that eBay had their conference call. The stock was getting hit, and they mentioned that there were margin pressures because of Amazon, and that to be competitive, they'd have to start lowering some of their fees. And they mentioned StubHub as well.
Yeah.
Well, even Ticketmaster's a scam. I mean, I feel bad for I'm a Buffalo Bills season ticket holder, but sometimes I list tickets for sale on the NFL ticket exchange there, and so say I sell tickets for $100 a piece, so I got a pair of seats, so I sell them. So someone buys them for $200, and then they're paying another $12 per ticket service fee.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, Ticketmaster is getting 10% of whatever I sell the tickets for.
I know it's ludicrous.
So they walk away with 30 or I'm sorry, if I sell them for $100, they walk away with them with $22 for doing nothing.
No, I know.
Per ticket.
I did the same thing for a while with the duck tickets, duck football tickets, this was on. And the StubHub's ridiculous. And now I sell it strictly through the alumni club. I don't even attempt to sell on StubHub anymore or Ticketmaster.
Yeah, it's the way to go if you can avoid it.
Yeah. eBay. Listen, for coins, eBay's kind of the same thing. And people, and I understand. You'll go on eBay and you'll think, oh, why are these guys price gouging? They almost have to price gouge in some cases because that's the only way they're going to make a profit.
Sure. Yeah, it's a racket.
It is. It's the ultimate catch-22.
So you're thinking of if I leave the order standing there at the Perth Mint to just sell them right away, then
right away is a relative term. I mean, it's a brand new series, and
yeah.
isn't it Tuvalu or something like that? I know Perth Mint has made it.
It's New Zealand Mint.
New Zealand Mint. Okay, New Zealand Mint. From what I saw, it's a great looking design. And if you look at some of the Disney, like Disney made their own. Well, they didn't make them, but they contracted some, several private mints over the years that made their own silver bullion coins, and they do pretty good at some of the coin shows and even on eBay. So you're going to get a lot of those people that jump on board. And if you paid the issue price, excuse me, you paid the issue price. Chances are you're going to do, especially in the interim, like in the next year or so, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
What's the mintage on those, real quick?
10,000.
Yeah. See, that's not horrible. If you told me 100,000, I'd be a little reluctant. What's the mintage on the gold? Does anybody know?
What was 1,000 of them? I think.
1,000?
Yeah,
I thought it.
That's not horrible. And it was a quarter ounce or a half ounce?
Quarter ounce, I think.
Gold. Yeah, that's not horrible.
No, wait. Oh, I can't remember.
Which coin are you talking about?
The gold Mickey Mouse coin.
Yeah, the Steamboat Willie, the Perth Mint, New Zealand Steamboat Willie, the gold one. It's a quarter ounce or it's a half ounce?
Silver Siren says quarter ounce.
Quarter ounce, okay. Yeah, that's not. And what does anybody know the issue price on that offhand?
It was a lot.
I
want to say it was around $600. It was $650. It was $650.
Okay.
Because I remember it was like basically double spot price.
Yeah.
The spot price. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then again, what did I do? I paid $95 for the silver one, which is like 4 times spot.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, but like look at we talked about the wedge-tailed eagles. Those are $100.
Yeah.
Those design, and those, and just to be clear, those the Mickey Mouse coins, the Disney coins, they're not, none of them are colored, right?
No.
Yeah, so I think they'll be fine.
I might be late to the discussion, but did you talk about the gold wedge-tailed 1 ounce and the prices?
Yeah, EQ silver. Yeah, I did. And this is my take on. Now, I love the designs of all of them.
Right.
For me, the smartest play is the hard to grade, low minted 1 ounce silver, the standard millimeter, 40 millimeter standard.
Right.
Okay, so the 1 ounce gold, they made it in the high relief. Okay, they made 1,000 of them.
Right.
Of the thousand that they made, 937 of them have graded through PCGS, and I think it's 481 of them are in proof 70. So it's still a low mintage, but the price. Here's the problem with people are trying to sell them, and people are selling them for anywhere from $3,500. I've seen them for as low as $3,500 in proof 70, all the way up to $5,000. That's basically what you're doing is this is a coin that 5 years out could be worth that. It could be worth $4,000, $5,000, but you don't want to pay that now.
I see.
And the problem is that government they got the exclusive contract with Perth Mint to do these. They got them all of the gold ones. Well, all in the United States. I think a German dealer got some in Germany, and I think there were 40 or 50 that were released in Australia. Not very many. So if you want to buy one here, you had to buy it through government, and you could buy the gem proof, which means it didn't grade. That all gem proof means is it didn't meet the minimum grade of 69. So it's a gem proof. Which
I just learned that the other day. I started looking up what gem, because I saw a lot of gem proofs for the silver one.
If you can avoid those.
Yeah,
my recommendation, avoid those like the plague, because that means they didn't meet the minimum grade.
5 or something.
Well, it could be a proof. Theoretically, it could be a proof 60 on up to a proof 68.
Right.
You don't know. So the gem proofs, the proof 69s and the proof 70s on the gold, they're all right now. They're all overpriced. I have 2 of them. I own 2 of those, and I was fortunate enough to buy them a month after government released them. I bought them in the secondary market because, like with it doesn't matter what coin it is, some asshole, no offense, some numbnuts that has he thinks he has all the money in the world. He goes out and he spends money that he doesn't have, and then he realizes a week later, a month later, or 2 months later, when he's got to pay his rent or make his car payment, I shouldn't have bought this. I shouldn't have paid $3-4 grand for this. And then he has to go bite the bullet and sell it to the local dealer or some at a coin show for a fraction of what he paid for it. Well, that's good for me because I'm gonna pick it up. Of course, I'm gonna pick that up.
Yeah, that's happening now on eBay. I mean, there's a guy who I saw the price from 4,995 to now it went to 3,995. I think he put it back up to 449 because I guess he's just trying to, you know, see what he can get.
Yeah. The hope is you hope that somebody buys it, very blindly and ignorantly pays that. And you can get it if you look at the sell prices. People have sold them for that.
Right. I've seen the German, coin, that coin for like 7,000 on eBay, and one has 9,000. It was outrageous. But what would you pay for that coin and 70?
Well, I paid I think $16.50 a pop for the two that I bought. Me personally, I'm going to draw the line. Look, okay, it depends on if I have a client. Okay.
Right.
Let me turn my phone off. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys.
Boy, that's a pretty sexy ringtone.
It's a what?
Pretty sexy ringtone. Yeah, it's kind of grooving there.
Well, that's the Sopranos intro song. That's what that is. Okay, so if anybody wants it. The gold high relief. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
It's okay. You were talking about I think maybe you were talking about how far you.
How much I would pay for it? Okay, if I have a client, if I have that coin, I'm going to sell it to a client. I'd probably sell it for $2,400, right?
Right.
So I'm not going to pay much more than $2,000 for that in proof 70. Okay?
Right.
And that means proof 70. It's got to come with the original box and the COA. It's got to have everything for me to be interested.
Right.
I do realize that not everybody is going to be able to do that.
Right.
But if you go, the best way to do that, the best way to buy these coins at a discount,
right,
is to go to the shows. And if you're and you never know, you might go to your local dealer and some guy bought one online and needed the money and he takes it and he sells it. Some dealers they don't pay attention to eBay. They don't pay attention to modern coins. In fact, they look down on it. They frown upon it. And so they'll buy it. They'll pay a little over spot, in some cases back a spot, and they'll sell it for $150 over melt, and that's to your advantage.
I see.
You just have to ask, hey, what do you go into a coin shop? What do you have? Do you have anything unusual? Do you have any Perth Mint products? Do you have this? And if most nice dealers, most credible dealers, they'll bring it out and say, here's what I have. Here's what I bought today. Here's some lunar. I bought some lunar like just a few days back from the guy in my town. Okay, I don't have a shop. I have a buy appointment only office. So I have an office, but I don't have a storefront.
Right.
The guy that has the storefront in my town, he's been here for 40, 50 years, his family. And so a few days back, I was able to buy some of the Series 1, and it's not like the design is all that great, but the Year of the Pig, the 2007, I bought a whole roll of the 2 ounce, which is 5 coins. That's a roll of 2 ounce silver lunar coins.
Right.
So I bought a whole roll of those, and I paid a couple bucks over spot per coin. It was great. You just ask. You just ask them what they have. Does it happen all the time? No. But if you go to the coin shows, you'll see a lot of this stuff. And most of these savvy dealers, they know better. They didn't pay $3-4 grand for that stuff. They bought it at a major discount, and you make an offer. Like if you'll see them sitting in a showcase at $3,000, right? Well, that's not written in stone. Haggle with them. Look, say I know better than this. I'm not going to pay $3 grand. I'll give you $2 grand for it. And 9 times out of 10, if he paid $1,600, that's a $400 profit.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Look, I'm just saying. Bottom line is, a lot of this is common sense. I don't need to tell you this stuff. When a coin comes out and they're asking $5,000 for a modern coin, a brand new coin, 2014 coin, that's pretty stiff. That's pretty stiff.
Herzen Gratis is asking about the Rwanda series, Argent Agent. Your thoughts are on those?
Beautiful coins. I love their the way they package them.
Worth the premium?
Depends on what you're paying. What are they paying for?
I'm not sure.
You guys, when I did the fire sale, I sold some of those. I sold some of the, I think the zebras and the rhinoceros. I think I had, and I sold them. I sold them at plus, at plus $5 or plus $5.50. To me, they're equivalent in terms of value and what it should sell for would be the panda. They're a well-struck coin. They don't colorize them. I don't think they colorize them. But they and they grade well. People like them because they grade well because they're very well packaged. The biggest thing I would the best advice I could give anyone is anything that you buy online, unless of course you're buying direct from a mint, but anything that you buy online, most of the time you're paying more than you have to, which is why I recommend networking with dealers, not just one dealer, multiple dealers. Build a relationship with them and go to the shows. I'm telling you, you talk about opening your eyes to this stuff. Go to the shows because some of this stuff, some of these dealers have just huge tables full of this stuff, and they're blowing it out.
So Silver Siren is also asking about cheap but hard to find bullion. So it's hard to find, but when you do, it's actually still relatively inexpensive.
Well, again, it goes to that the undervalued stuff. I'll go back to the Series 1 Canadian silver maple leaf proofs. It's relatively cheap, especially at the shows. You can find at the shows. I mean, dealers will sell it for sell them for 35 bucks. That's a $15, $16 premium. But you can sell those even on eBay right now. You can sell those for 50, 60 bucks.
Oh yeah, proofs you're talking about. I bought a horse privy maple leaf the other day. That's a nice looking coin.
Yeah, they are. Now, did you buy the 2002 or did you buy the latest one?
14.
Yeah, the 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
bought it on a whim.
No, they're great. They're beautiful coins. The Series 1 issues, they have as far as a modern issue, they have a strong upside because nobody talks about them right now. And slowly, quietly, dealers like myself, we're sending some in to have them graded. And right now the populations are really low. I think there's less than 20. Just to get an SP, that's the designation they give them instead of mint state or proof. They're SP specimen, which I think is appropriate. So to get an SP 68 or 69, that's hard. Much like we've talked about the 2014 wedge-tailed silver eagle, they don't grade well. They come in these kind of thick mylar flips, but the rims are I don't know if you've seen those. They kind of have the shiny rim, the reverse proof, and the rims are usually pretty nicked up. So if you can get them,
that with mine.
Yeah, if you can get them in a high grade, man, there's a lot of money to be made right now.
The Lunar Series 1.
Lunar Series 1, Royal Canadian Mint, reverse proof maple. Yes.
Silver Siren's asking about Series 1. What is Series 1?
Oh, okay. Series 1. Okay, so in the very first Royal Canadian Mint maple reverse proof. Sorry, guys. Maple leaf Lunar Series. They started in 1998 with the Tiger, and I think it finished in 09 with the Ox. I think. But that's their first series of lunar privy coins. And then, of course, they restarted it in, I want to say they restarted it with the Dragon in 2012, I think. I don't have the only thing I have up right now is this, so I'm afraid to click on anything else and log out of this. Check anything, so.
Let me see what your...
Can you discuss haggling the dealers at the coin shows as well? What amount is expected? What your thought process is going in?
I'm sorry, Silverfish. Could you repeat that? It came.
Can you just discuss the art of haggling when you're at the shows and how much of it is expected from the dealers? How much how much movement and price they're willing to give?
Well, wow. Well, first of all, you're never going to truly know what they paid for it. So if you're okay,
used car buying.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, these guys are, they're salesmen. And so if you're from a dealer perspective, it's a whole different thing because you know all the bullshit. You know that they didn't pay X amount of dollars for something. So for me, it's a different approach. For a collector, a consumer coming into a show, it depends on the dealer. Some of them are out to gouge the hell out of you, and then there's the guys that just don't care. You make them an offer. Okay, so just to give you an example, let's say you look in a showcase, a dealer showcase, and you see some of the 1 ounce, the older 1 ounce Perth Mint Lunars, the silver, and he's got $80 a coin. Generally, you make an offer, 15, $20 of that, they 9 times out of 10 they'd take it because they didn't pay that for it. If these guys tell you, hey, I paid $80 and I'm only making $5, they're fucking lying. They're lying through their teeth.
Yeah, they wouldn't be in business.
That's exactly right. They wouldn't be in business. Okay, and this is what I tell everybody. This is the easiest business. Okay, if you have investment money, if you have money to create a business, and you have the passion for coin collecting and numismatics as a whole, this is the easiest way to make money because there's myriad different ways to make money. You can make money on the undervalued stuff that we've talked about, the modern coins. You can make money on undergraded pre-1964 U.S. numismatic. You can make money buying in the secondary market. You can make money buying from pawn brokers. You can make money from estate sales. Once you get into it, once you start doing this, it's almost like a snowball effect. You start building and building and building, and before you know it, you're spending $10,000-$12,000 a week and making double, triple that. And then it becomes then you got to get an accountant. It becomes a serious business at that point. But it's not difficult to get there. If you have a little bit of capital, it's easy to do if you have the passion for it. So in other words, there's no big, all these the old timers, okay, the good old boy network, they'll tell you, nah, you got to know this and you got to know that. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's easy to figure out. It doesn't take long, and once you do, and you're committed to it, it's easy. I've done this. I'm a walking example of this.
So we spend a lot of time on modern numismatics. Can you talk about some of the hidden values in some of the older pieces, which I know is more your specialty?
Sure. Yeah. Well, okay. Obviously, you're going to pay more money up front, but even within, and I'll stick with U.S. numismatic. But even some of the old stuff, there's some undervalued, under the radar stuff. Some of the late in the 1870s, 1880s seeded Liberty coinage, the half dollars, the quarters, the dimes. There's some low minted, low survivability issues that have relative low values and compared to some of the other key dates. And for a long time, people have ignored them. They're starting to build up steam. That's a great way to do it, is to buy the stuff that's again, look at populate. If you're a dealer, you have the advantage of looking at population and census reports and NGC, PCGS, and so you'll know if you look at a particular issue and there's only, say, a couple hundred graded, that's got the potential. Especially if you can buy it for I'll give you a great example right now. And this is gold, numismatic gold. The 1901S and the 1902S, the $10 eagle, $10 Liberty Head Eagle. I'm sorry, 1901S, 1902S, and MS64 and MS65. These are coins that they cost you, $1,600, $1,700, $1,800. But these are coins that just a few years ago, dealers were selling these at basically for the gold value, and now people are starting to submit these things in quantity to the grading services, but they still have gone up just in the past 4 or 5 years. They've gone up, I'd say 10 to 12% a year. That's the stuff. You look at the stuff that's undervalued, just like you do. The formula doesn't change. It's the same formula you use with modern coins. Undervalued, low population, and that's what you just start going through. It's like for silver dollars. Most of the stuff, like with Morgan dollars, everybody knows the semi-key dates and the key dates, and they have an established value. But if you buy a coin, let's say you buy an 1893S, which is the key date for Morgan dollars, a nice XF, say XF45. If you pay, it's all in the buy. So if you buy that at a discount, you buy that at market or a little less than market value, you did good, because that coin, it's a key date coin. It's always going to go up in value. So it's in the purchase, it's in the buy, just like it is with modern coins. Doesn't change. I hope that.
Absolutely, and really any asset you could say, it's all in the buy. You're setting yourself up to do well if you get price.
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of this stuff, guys, I know it's boring, but it's common sense, and I know common sense is boring. There's not a lot to this, and people get caught up in the grading and how do I know what grade this is, site grading. Before long, if you do this, you dedicate yourself to this. That stuff comes second nature. Before long, you know the difference between a mint state 64 and a mint state 65.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was just saying to touch back on your Silver VT's question about collecting the older stuff. Yeah, I'm really getting some joy out of starting to collect these commemorative $half. I mean, I picked up one of those Texas $half pieces. It was graded, I think MS66, I believe. I don't have it in front of me, but it wasn't cheap. But I read the stats, and they're only saying there's only like 6,500 known that are still in circulation, that are out there. The rest have been melted.
Yeah, no, they're if you as long as you're not overpaying for them, they're great.
Yeah, that was a little pricey. I mean, it was.
But Mint State 66 I know we're in modern coins, we all get we're used to MS 69s and 70s. MS 66 for a circulation strike, pre 64 U.S. numismatic piece. That's an uber high. That's a super grade.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it.
I also did the old U.S. I'm sorry. I noticed with the U.S. commemorative $half too that there's a real strong regional bias there too. I like my local coin shop. Every time they get the 27 Vermont dollar and it flies out of there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the Oregon Trail, which is, and a lot of Oregonians pick it up because they think it's specifically for the state of Oregon. It's not. It's obviously the Lewis and Clark expedition, but
and that's a spectacular coin.
Right, it is. It's one of the most beautifully designed coins in the history of numismatics. That has a broad appeal. A couple of the Gettysburg coin has they have a broad appeal, but you're right. A lot of them are total based on regional interest.
Yeah, I also just picked up a Mint State. I'm gonna say 64 Stone Mountain. That's a pretty awesome looking piece.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, another Civil War coin. Yeah, broad appeal.
Yeah, I mean those are. I mean, I don't see too many people talking about them like they talk about Morgans or peace dollars, for example, lately. So I'm kind of thinking it's like a under the radar opportunity, probably.
Yeah, it can be. They can be. Some of the later issued commemoratives, like the Booker T, Washington, they mass produced them. It depends on what year you buy, because they made some of those. Like the Oregon Trail coin, they made that for almost 10 years.
Right, like that. I got a Colombian. I mean, they made quite a few of those as well. I mean, I didn't pay too much for mine. It wasn't even slabbed, but I mean, they graded it. I think at Mint State 64, 65 on the fold they came in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with some of those, I forget which one. I saw one that was like going for, oh goodness, well over $600-700. I forget which one it was, but it must have been a real key date, key
issue.
Yeah, key issue.
Yeah, some of them go for thousands of dollars. It just depends.
All right, guys, call it a night. I really appreciate the time, and thanks for taking the time, Argent Agent. It's always great talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, take care.
Bright and coding, Mr. BT.
Yep, you got it.
Have a good night.
Take care.
Uh-oh. That means the slot's going to open up, Siren. There's somebody very eager. But yeah, I also touched on these 5-ounce, these 5 peso silver pieces from 1948, and the dealer was telling me that they're hard to find without a slab lately. That everyone's sending them in.
Yeah, they are, and that can actually have an adverse effect. In fact, as you're saying that, I'm trying to look up population reports on that, and it's not letting me log in for whatever reason. Oh boy, yeah. See, I'm afraid to click on anything because then this thing's gonna go off.
Right. I mean, Cyber Curtain Twitcher went on a little bit more in the discussion with me. He was telling me that in 1947 is the key date that they minted.
It is the key date.
6 million.
Right, but, and of course, just a fraction of that survived.
Yes, and then in the 1948, it was like triple the production. It was like 15, 16 million.
Right, but even still, most of that stuff, you got to remember, throughout the years, in the 1960s, 1970s, all kinds of mass meltings of numismatic coins. And then, of course, in 1999, the late 1990s, you guys remember the Y2K nonsense?
Right.
The whole grid was going to crash. Remember all that stuff?
Yep.
Well, people, unfortunately, this is why a lot of it, like the late 80s, mid to late 80s, up into the 1990s, the Chinese coins, why they're worth so much today is those got hammered with the Y2K meltings. And then of course 2 years later 9/11 happens, and then for 3 years after that everybody was paranoid, so they were anything they bought, they would send it off. India had, there was a company called Venture Corp, and they would buy your coins from you at a premium, and they would ship them off to India because India was paying stupid money. This of course is this is back when silver was way undervalued, even gold was undervalued, but a lot of this stuff just didn't survive. So look, mintage is, you got to take it with a grain of salt. The mint, you look at survivability more so than the mintage.
Right. I mean, a low mintage number in 2013 pales in comparison to a low mintage number from 1913. Test of time. How many survive? Is it from a Is it a desirable collectible from a reputable mint?
What's the question you're asking? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just kind of building on top. I'm trying to build on top of what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just you have a low mintage in the current year, 2014, and then you look at a low mintage from 100 years earlier. That. The test of time is probably the major contributing factor. Like you said, a lot of it's no-brainer.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff, even if the mintage was high, like say 5 million. Well, what if only 2% of that population survived? That's what you look at survivability more so than the initial mintage.
And then there was somebody else in the chat room lately. He was talking about like the Chinese pandas, for example. There's over a billion Chinese, 1.5 billion Chinese, and even 2014 they're only minting 8 million of the pandas.
Yeah, but you compare that just to a couple years ago when the mintages were 300,000 and 500,000.
Yes, but still 8 million.
Missed the boat.
Very high number. That means almost just about every person in China cannot have one. Just a select few.
That's correct. That's correct. They're always going to carry a premium, but I think moving forward, it's they're not going to perform like the coins of the last 15, 16, 17, 20 years did.
Yes.
Because those coins, I mean, there's some of those. I've got some. I bought. I was very fortunate. I took the advice and I bought some of that stuff back when, like I said, it was this stuff was it was a pariah. You couldn't give it away. Especially the silver stuff. It was just so frowned upon. It was just silver. Any of the 999 stuff was considered just garbage. So you could buy it. You could buy it dealer to dealer, back a spot. And so I loaded up on all that stuff, and I was fortunate. And I for the most part, cashed out 2010, 2011, and 12. And I kept some. I kept some of the 12-ounce gold pandas and the 12-ounce silver pandas. Some of the tougher pieces I've held on to. Most of it, I dumped most of that when it peaked in 2011, 2012.
Hey, Urgent Agent, quick question for you.
Sure.
Just wanted to get your take on the 2014 stock horse.
Yeah, tough to. Yeah, there's what and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Are they making 1,000 of them in the card and then an additional 5,000? 9,000.
10,000.
10,000 total, but 1,000 of them in the card, right?
Right. I just picked up a couple MS70s, so I was just wondering.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Where'd you get those at, if I may ask?
I pre-ordered them.
From.
Here, I'll put the link in the room.
Well, I'm not going to be able to see it unless I. Hold on, let me see here. Are you going to put
It's from a Canadian coin dealer here called the Coin Shop.
The Coin Shop. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what did you pay for them, if I may ask?
Well, with shipping, they were $148 Canadian each.
And these are the 70s.
70s, yeah.
Yeah, that's not horrible. I would have anticipated a higher and is it SP?
Yeah, so that works out to be like about $120 US, I think, something like that.
Right. Is it SP 70 or are they doing Mint State 70?
Mint State 70.
They're Mint State. Yeah, they should be SP 70. That's weird. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. They're thus far. They've performed well. The last year's the initial release and then what I've seen this year, they've performed well.
Yeah, I took a chance. I just was wondering what you thought about it. That's all.
Yeah, and they're nice coins. They're beautiful coins, without about it. I still have some of the last year's stock horse, and then I got the old. I did get. I picked up 5 of the carded this year's carded pieces. I just bought them, in fact, at the Central State Show. But I bought them, and literally I bought them, and I didn't have them. I only had them not even an hour, and I sold them to another dealer. Yeah.
I often have that happen when I order coins for flipping. I usually sell them before I even get them.
Sure, and that. Listen, I'll tell you what. That's a good indication. If at least on my end, if I'm able to buy them from one dealer and then another dealer's willing to pay me. And I'm able to make a profit.
Right.
That's a good sign for the coin. That means that there's some demand for the coin.
Right.
Silver Siren wants to know where to get cheap presentation boxes for her silver pandas.
I'm assuming these are raw silver pandas, or like in the double sealed, or in the capsules.
Let's see how she responds.
Yeah, it was. My daughter used my
raw capsules.
Sorry, Smokey.
Raw capsules.
Yeah.
The cheap presentation boxes. Of course, I buy from a couple places wholesale. I know where not to buy them, and that's like on APMX and stuff like that. Some of the God, I'm trying to think of who I could refer you to. Wizard Coin Supply. They're reputable. They're on the East Coast. and they're also, don't buy them on Amazon. I learned that a client of mine bought some of the older, like the last 10, 12 years, some for the Proof Pandas. He was buying the boxes. He was paying 16, 17 bucks a pop on Amazon. So don't buy them there. If somebody's trying to sell you, a box, a presentation case, and they're using the premise that, look, I got the COA, buy it for 50, 60 bucks. Yeah, don't ever do that. But Wizard Coin Supply, they're reasonably, on a consumer level, they're reasonably priced. Okay, Wizard Coin Supply, would those have Panda images designs on them? No, they wouldn't. I would assume that no. That these are going to be the generic. You can buy like the cherry wood boxes, or you can buy like the faux leather bound boxes. If you want that stuff, if you want like a Panda, you can buy them. There's a company in China that does sell. They're like a red leatherette box, and they have a Panda icon on the top. But you got to buy directly from them, and I don't know anybody in the States that sells them in quantity. Okay, I see the double 67. I see the link now for that. The coin shop. Yeah, I see the link. I don't want to click on it, but I see it. The coin shop. Are they where are they based out of? What part of Canada?
Sorry, believe they're out of Toronto.
Okay. Do you ever use Colonial Acres?
Yeah, I do actually. Quite a bit.
Yeah. I have a good relationship with Colonial Acres.
Yeah, I've been dealing with them for quite a few years, and there are a bunch of good people there, and you can always pick up the phone and.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. Is that they're very
They might have something on the website, and they might be asking a certain price, but it doesn't mean that that's what they're going to sell it to you for.
No, I know. No, they're very good about it, and and I have a good dealer relationship. They're really good about, like, if like on those the last Hangout, I think the topic was brought up about modern Royal Canadian Mint modern silver coinage, the 1998 10-ounce Maple Leaf. Are you familiar with that?
Oh yes.
Yeah, so most of those that I pick up, I get through those guys. Those guys find them for me, and they'll send me an email or even a text message. Hey, we got like 5 of them. Right. So yeah, I have a great relationship with those guys.
Yeah, they're good guys. I just wish they had a more selection of American coins. I see that they're starting to pick stuff up now, but
yeah, they are, and I've noticed too that they started picking up some of the Perf Mint stuff. But you're right, they're a true Canadian coin dealer.
Absolutely, yeah. I love my Canadian coins.
I love Canadian coins. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I was, and if anybody, this is a question. Does anybody know the reason why because I have a lot of clients that want they bought the 2013 the silver polar bear the 1.5 ounce, the $8 1.5 ounce proof. Okay, and then they issued the Fox, the Arctic Fox, and it came in it's a 1 ounce coin. Does anybody know why that is?
Well, I have both coins, and I almost didn't buy the Fox because I was a little upset the Mint didn't produce the 1.5 ounce.
Yeah.
But I like the design, so I picked it up anyway. And it's a little frustrating because, yeah, I was really wanting to have the matched pair again with the 1/4 ounce proof gold.
Right.
But I don't know. The Silver Siren and I were talking about it yesterday, and she kind of has a sneaky feeling, I guess it's a hunch inside her little body there, that they still might put out the 1.5 ounce proof and probably put the 1 ounce out just to gain some more sales.
Wow. Hey, look who just joined, Mr. Salivate Metal.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing this evening, this fine evening?
Hey, what's up, man? I tried to call you earlier, and you just tried to call me a little bit ago, right?
That's correct, sir.
Yeah, well, I was trying to figure out how to man, I was trying to log into this and not in my name, and I figured it out, but I was calling you to see if you knew how to do it.
Right, right. Yeah, you have to go to the Google Plus page and not accept the invite. At least that's how I've figured out how to do it.
Yeah, somebody said that. Somebody mentioned that in the little sidebar. But what I figured out is so you sign in and you quickly go down to your icon where it says you and the drop down arrow and you select profile and you're able to change it that way quickly too. That's how I did it.
Oh, okay, okay. You have to try that next time. Interesting. So, how is everyone doing? It looks like we have a pretty full room. I tried to get in earlier, but the room was full.
Doing well. Good to hear you, Salave.
Hello, EQ. Good to see you. I've missed a lot of your videos that you posted today. I've been kind of busy, but I certainly want to catch up with them. Looks like you've got some nice acquisitions there.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on today. I just felt like posting videos, so I ended up doing 5. Crazy, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's just for gratitude, enjoyment, and the rest,
Sure, that's it certainly is an enjoyable hobby, collecting coins and numismatics, and as well as stacking silver and gold as well.
Yeah, and thanks for the reply earlier. That was great. I'm gonna do that research.
Great, great. Well, Argent Agent here is certainly a wealth of knowledge and has for many coins, modern and old American and that type of thing.
Yeah. I just got to get it the groove of this whole Hangout thing.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to it as well, and I forget the sidebar with the chat to see Silver Sirens there, but oftentimes I forget to look there.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I just don't. I'm not a very good speaker, so I gotta take cues from you guys.
I'm not either. Even when I do my videos, I kind of ad-lib and the like, but you're doing a great job, AA47, for sure.
Salivate Metal. You did a video on the Kennedy Commemorative that's coming out. Now, are you going to get one?
I'm not sure. It depends on what my budget looks like and what time of the year it's released. They didn't say exactly what the weight of it will be, but I imagine if they keep it the same size as the regular $half, that's going to be probably close to a half ounce or 3/4 of an ounce of gold there. So.
Yeah, that's a good question. Is what if they try to keep the same diameter? It might be an off weight.
Right.
Like a spouse coin?
What's that?
Like one of the spouse coins?
Well, the spouse coins are a half ounce.
And they're smaller in diameter than the $half.
If they use the same diameter as the Kennedy $half, it would have to be an off weight, I would imagine. Off weight meaning like Salivate was saying, 3/4 of an ounce.
Because a normal $half is 90% silver, and I believe that's 0.3 something, 0.38 ounces of silver.
That's right. That's correct.
So typically, gold is about twice as dense as silver, so it would be you about double that weight.
Sure, and then of course it's going to be 4.9 gold.
Oh, it's going to be 4.9s. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's going to be and just like the spouse coins.
Okay.
So this is 100% certain it's going to happen, or is this still speculation?
I would say it's 99.9% that it's going to happen.
4.9%.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, 4.9s. Yeah, not 99.9. It's almost a certainty at this point. Listen, I just got back from the Central State Show in Schaumburg, Illinois, the Chicago area, and that was all the people, in terms of some of the modern dealers. That's all they were talking about. So it's almost a foregone conclusion. Could they scrap it? Sure, they could scrap it. I doubt it, though. I mean, listen, this is for 10 years now. That's all I get from my modern coin clientele. When are they going to make a Kennedy commemorative, whether it's silver or gold? They've been clamoring for this for a long time. So this is a long time coming.
Right. Yeah, I think it's going to be really special, and It'll probably will be a limited mintage, and I imagine that if they do release it late in the year, that it will probably be a certain set number as opposed to just like a through the year type thing like they did with the high relief, the ultra high relief.
Possibly, but boy, there's huge demand for. I can't see the mintage being less than 100,000. The demand is just huge for these things.
Right, right.
Well, they did 50,000 for that baseball.
Right, they did, yes.
And how long did that take to sell out?
Like
A matter of
one
A day
day.
and a half or 2 days at the most.
Wow.
They'll sell out in a day, man.
Crazy.
I tell you something else that's another what I call a sleeper coin, and that's a set that I did a video on. I wanted to ask Argent Agent what he thinks about this particular set right here. It is the Theodore Roosevelt coin.
Yeah. I see it. Yeah, I like it. I like it because now isn't that the silver coin? Is that that's not 90%? That's 3.9.
That's 3.9 fine percent, and only about 10,000 of these have sold so far. And so there's not a lot of excitement about this set, which leads me to believe that if they decide to stop selling it sometime soon, then people will all of a sudden begin to want it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And if they want it, then that means it's going to become valuable because on the secondary market. But this right here is the key. Right here, it is a copy of the presidential medal, and it's 3.9 fine silver.
Nice.
And it's a beautiful design. Augustus St. Gaudens designed this piece. It's wonderfully done. It's very nice. If Stock Jockey was here, he would certainly chastise me for using his trademark phrase, beautifully and wonderfully done. That's a sort of an inside joke. I apologize.
It is a nice. Hey, it's a nice looking coin, no doubt about it. And they kind of broke away from their tradition by making it pure silver as opposed to a 90% coin.
That's exactly right, and it's the first. It's a first for the U.S. Mint, and it surprises me that it's not sold more than it has.
Yeah, that is surprising. In fact, when I'm done with this, I had another client ask me if there was any a couple days back if there were any graded versions, graded specimens of that, and I don't know if there is.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd be interested to know that. I'm looking here and seeing if I can find the specifications here.
So to rehash, you said that's the only 999 pure commemorative?
It's not a commemorative, and it's not a coin, technically. It's a medal.
That's right. It's not a coin, yeah.
Thanks for clearing that up.
So, but has the Mint actually officially come out and said they're going to do that Kennedy $50?
It's not official. It's
not officially, no.
So I mean, they'd have to work pretty fast.
They probably already are. It's probably already done.
I don't see any specifications for these coins in this packaging anywhere, which surprises me. But if you go to the Mint's website on this set, it does say that it's a 3.9 fine, I believe.
Yeah, that's weird that it doesn't come with some kind of COA.
Right. I'm going to look here just in case here. Let's see.
Salivate. Every time I hear you talk, it makes me think of Dave Mustaine.
Hello, me. Meet the real me. In
That's
my
right,
new
buddy.
way of life.
Yes. Sing a little Tout Le Monde.
That's a little out of my register. That's one of his higher songs.
Yeah. It's awesome, dude. I love it. Every time I hear you, it's like, yeah.
What do you mean I can't be the President of the United States of America?
It's still we the people, right?
Yeah.
Yes, dude, I love it.
That's one of those little off-topic things. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I was kind of thinking like set the world on fire, you know?
Oh yeah, I love the vocals in that song.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's one of his best albums, man.
Of course, I was being sarcastic. That's an instrumental piece.
What? Set the world on
No,
fire?
no, no, never mind. That's not. It's Into the
You're
Lungs of
thinking of
Hell.
Into the Lungs of Hell, yeah. But yeah, that's one of the best albums, man, right there. So far, so good, so what? That's an awesome album.
Oh yeah, it's a classic. All right, it says here that for the first time, the United States Mint in history a .999 fine silver Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Medal. So it's in bold on their website, but I do not see it in the packaging. So we just have to take their word for it that this is indeed silver. And I'm looking here on the edge of the piece, maybe thinking they may have inscribed it there, but it's not on the edge of the metal either. Sometimes they'll put edge lettering on these things.
Yeah, likely on a metal, a true metal like that is, they're not going to put the fineness.
Okay. And you can't see it on my my crappy webcam here, but what's interesting about this is it has the same finish with the die polishing marks that are on the ATB bullion coins, for the 5-ounce bullion coins. Although this
what does it have? Salivate. What does it have?
It has the brush marks or the die polishing marks that you see on the America the Beautiful 5-ounce coins.
Like the sunray effect?
Yeah, there's a slight sunray effect, but also striations or a bit of a brushed look to it, almost like a whizzed look to it, sort of.
Would that not be a specimen finish?
No, this specimen to me indicates a type of a thicker, more continuous type of of like if you look at the old Canadian mint sets of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Those are brushed specifically, and it's purposeful, and it's done in such a way that's very uniform. These are not uniform.
Is that from when they roll the silver? They get those lines in it?
I believe this occurs on the die itself. And then when you're struck, it translates onto the planchet.
Right. Because I know their new specimen coins, the newer modern specimen coins from the Royal Canadian Mint, have more of a frosted finish, which is done with on the die. I was just like the older ones look more like regular coinage.
That's exactly right. In fact, I'm going to show you that on one of the 20 for 20 coins.
Yeah, that's a specimen finish too.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly, that's right.
They frost the die before they use them for striking, right?
A lot of the reverse proof coins are considered specimen strikes.
Right.
And it's with this.
That's why they grade them SP, right? Special proof or specimen finish.
Specimen strike, yeah,
specimen. And what's interesting about it is you see these striations as well as in the frosting there. So in other words, they're like fine lines that are exactly uniform. Whereas on the U.S. stuff, it's more random, and it doesn't always go the same way. And I'm not a fan of that type of die polishing, which is why one of the reasons why I've not collected the ATB bullion 5-ounce coins.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about the finish on, say, the Britannicas?
I'm not as familiar. They're really shiny, aren't they?
Yeah, that's just more from the preparation of the blank, though, I would think, than any
Right,
of the dye work.
burnishing, right.
Great.
They said Britannias. Yeah, I mean, they just stand out from other coins. Just luster, I guess you would say.
Right, right.
I can't tell, and I've yet to see one of these up close, but it looks almost like a satin finish.
What which one? The Theodore Roosevelt?
The Roosevelt medal.
Yeah, it does look a little like that. It may be lightly that type of satin finish, but it's more or less there's more of the dye polishing effect to it than the satin finish. But it does look like that on the camera.
Do this, Salivate. Take it, if you can, pull it back a little from the camera and then tilt it. Yeah, you're right. I can see breaks in the frosting. Yeah, you're correct.
And one thing, I can't take it out of this packaging without destroying it. Unfortunately, they've got it in here really tight, or else I would. But anyways. Hello, Silver Hair.
How are you doing?
Tolerable, I guess. Doing all right. How about yourself, sir?
I'm just great.
I loved your full stack video. That was great. A lot of work goes into those.
Yeah, I had fun doing it though. I had an off day. Yeah, I was doing great until I did my unboxing a little while ago and I cut myself.
Oh. I guess you can't apply for workman's comp on that injury, can you? Since you're retired, right?
No, I can't do that. I got a little blood on my new coin box.
Whoa. Well, I hope you heals up good, and hopefully you won't need stitches.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's the things we do for our coins.
It's okay. You can still handle the coin with 3 fingers.
Right.
Everybody, good night. I'll see you all soon.
Okay, take care, EQ. Good seeing you, friend.
All right, take care. Thank you, Silver Siren.
So let me ask you this, Salivate. Are you going to get your wedge-tailed eagles graded?
Probably not. I know the benefits from what ArgentAgent has told us, and one thing that I spoke to ArgentAgent about is in the non-high relief version, the standard relief version. Most of those came in very loosely in capsules. In fact, somebody had did a video.
I told them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so mine was just as loose. So, and it's very rare that I would get it probably in a 70 or even a 69. So I figured I'll just keep it raw.
So will they make a pretty good profit keeping them that way? And how long would you keep it?
I think so. Maybe not as much as a 69 or 7, just because of the rarity of them. But I think in the long run, it's gonna do well. So I'll hold on to it. But it's hard to predict how long it will take. I only have one of each, so I'm not much of a flipper. I'm more of a collector. So if I get a coin that I like and it happens to do well, then it's kind of an insurance policy for me if I ever need to sell it. But nonetheless, I'm going to hold on to it. And I mean, those are coins that it wouldn't matter to me if the bottom dropped out of them and they ended up being worth spot. I just like the design, but I do think they will do well. I know some people have bought several of them, and
Like this one.
yeah,
They better do well because I've got almost 500 of them coming back from PCGS.
wow.
I made a pretty big commitment.
Yeah, you sure did, and I think you'll do well with those, Argent Agent, for sure.
Yeah, I've already pre-sold some of the. Well, and it's all based on how many I get back. I may not get 40 coins back.
Right.
We'll see what happens.
Now, Silver Hair, you purchased yours from Government, or did you get it from the secondary market?
Government.
For $99, correct?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Did you just get the one, or?
No.
5 of them, right?
5.
Ah, very nice. Very nice.
So.
Hey, what Silver Hair? What COA numbers did you get? Just out of curiosity.
They are all 2370s, and this one is 2380.
Okay.
So you purchased a full 1/10 of all this coinage.
Yeah, that's what it's going to amount to. Yeah, I when it's all said and done, I'll have about 530 of them.
You know, that raises another question. You were asking about the COA number. Does a COA number, a specific number, add value to a coin?
Yeah, it does. It can. Should it? I don't know. I don't think so, because here's one of the biggest misconceptions about COAs. People think that, well, I got COA number 1, that was the first coin struck. That's not the case. That's not how it works. They produce the mintage, then they produce the boxes and the COAs in a completely different place, and then they randomly insert those things. So the last coin struck could be COA number 1. Just to clarify that.
Right. I asked because I picked up a couple of the Perth Mint high relief snake coins, and one of them came with COA 777.
Yeah, and there's people that'll pay. They'll pay for that.
And certainly the low numbers, even though it may not correspond with the coin minted, people tend to like those low numbers for sure.
Sure they do. Yes.
Well, guys, I hate to head out of here, but unfortunately I do need to go. But I just wanted to drop in, and Silver Siren, I certainly appreciate this chat, and it's good talking to everybody and seeing everyone here, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Good night, Salivate.
Hey, thanks a lot, Salivate.
Thank you.
Take care, Salivate.
Take care, you everyone. A multitude of gratitude to you all. Bye-bye.
So, Argent Agent, did you get all your coins from Government as well?
I got most of them. I bought them. They offered me a couple different times. I took advantage of a wholesale opportunity that they actually contacted me and they told, because I had bought initially. I purchased, I think, 33 coins, 35 coins at a wholesale price. They sold me. Of the 530, 531, I can't remember what it is. Probably 300 or so have come from them, and then I purchased some in the secondary market. So if I see them at a coin show and they're, if a dealer's picked them up for 40, 50 bucks, 35, 40 bucks, I'll pay them $10, $10, 12 bucks, plus 10, 12 to pick them up.
Wow, you got yours cheap.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't happen every day, even for me, even for a dealer. So.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to be fine. Anybody that paid $99 is going to be fine.
Yeah.
Graded or ungraded.
It's still kind of a tough decision to get them graded or not get them graded. I've never done that, so I'm kind of That's why I'm asking so many questions.
No, feel free. Get a loop. I'm telling you, buy a loop. They're cheap.
Okay.
And look at the rim. That's the make or break.
Are you talking about the very outside edge, or
no? That's the edge. That's the edge. The rim. The raised rim. The kind of like a. It's got a frosted surface to it.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, not the edge, but the rim.
And those need to be perfect before you send them in to get graded.
Yeah, to me, they do because they'll just the slightest abrasion will detract from the grade significantly.
Okay. Do I need to take them out of the plastic cases to look?
If you do, be very careful and use rubber gloves, not these fucking cotton things that people use in their unstacking videos or unboxing videos. If you touch a proof coin with those cotton gloves, you're gonna leave hairlines on the surface of the coin.
Very good advice.
Yeah, Heavenly Prepper logged in, but it looks like he can't talk. He's muted. I guess
I'm here, Argent. I just have my small daughter in my lap here, and she's kind of loud, so I'm muted, so you wouldn't have to hear that.
Gotcha. All right. Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Pretty good.
I'm looking forward to a couple of those MS-70s, huh?
If I get them.
Yeah.
If they happen. I hope. I hope that I get if I can get a quarter of what I sent back graded, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. And if I get to 3, 4 70s, I might sell 2. I'm definitely gonna keep a couple though.
I hear you. I would do the same, of course. So I can't blame you on that.
And by the way, all the coins that I've sent to all these 2014 Wedge Silver Eagles, they're all going through Secure Plus restoration. There's not going to be any worries about white spots or coin cancer.
Can you explain that a little bit to kind of the group to just give an idea of like what that process is?
I did, Heavenly Prepper, a little bit earlier. Basically, what restoration is for a modern coin, okay, for a proof coin. Because a lot of people are going to say, well, why would you restore a coin that doesn't need to be restored? You do that so that they perform electrolysis on the coin, and that stabilizes, especially in silver coins. It's a stability process that prevents it. It basically blasts all the trace elements of any of the impurities, most notably sulfur, which turns into milk spots. So that's why. Look, you don't have to do it that way, right? But for me, when I'm selling to my clientele, that's the only way I do it. I use if it's NGC, I use NCS conservation. If I go through PCGS, I use the restoration service, Secure Plus restoration, because then you don't ever have to worry about the coin.
Does it say on the slab that process has been done?
Well, it's got the Secure Plus badge on it.
Oh, okay.
On the PCGS, that's Secure Plus?
PCGS, yes.
And a dealer that I would send the coin in with would know what I was talking about when I say Secure Plus restoration?
Listen, some will, some won't. What I'm going to do, if you sent me a PM with your number, I'll call you, and we'll talk about some of the dealers in your area. There's almost certainly there'll be somebody that knows knows how to do it.
Okay.
Now, Argent, you can tell, right, if a certain coin based on the COA has been restored or not, but I don't have that ability just on
not the COA. You mean the certification number?
Yeah, the certification number.
You can in some. Yeah, listen, NGC it's very hard to because they were supposed to set their certification. You can log in. If you punch in the certification number, you can verify that the coin is legitimate. Unfortunately, they still haven't. They haven't fixed the feature where it says whether or not it's been conserved. I can tell you this much: if the on NGC, if the older slabs, NGC started 4 years ago, so the older slabs that don't have the prongs, that where you can actually see see through the coin, see the edge of the coin, the edge view holders, those have not been conserved. None of those have been conserved. So if they're in the older holders, then you know that they have not been conserved. With PCGS, they just started this last year. They've only been doing it for a year. So I'd say on modern coins, 95% of the Secure Plus, it's got a Secure Plus badge. It's been restored, and then you can punch in the certification number, and it shows you a process. It'll say, for example, I think what it says is it says RS for restored. I'll have to double check that, but there is a way to verify it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Are there any purists in the industry that frown upon the restoration process?
Well, they do. They do for. Of course, there's going to be purists that frown upon it, but that's going to be for the older stuff, and even I frown upon it. For example, I don't send pre-64 U.S. numismatic. If it's toned, it stays toned. So you only use. You're supposed to. The whole purpose of conservation and restoration is to remove coin cancer, or to remove like PVC damage. In some cases, artificial toning, but of course you'll get a details grade. You won't get a true grade out of that. But I just, when it comes to the pre-64 U.S. numismatic, I don't use conservation or restoration. So in that respect, I am a purist.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So follow up on that. I picked up a book of every single Eisenhower dollar, silver, and plaid from a guy, and it was definitely a PVC binder of sorts. What would you suggest? I mean, I do smell the PVC, and the guy said that they're likely going through PVC damage.
Is there visible damage to it?
I really didn't see anything.
Well, then I wouldn't worry about it. Real PVC, like if the coin turns, if it starts to turn a real dark color, or if you can see the little tiny, it looks like at first, to the naked eye, it looks like little scratches or indentations, and what it is it's little tiny pieces of PVC resting on the surface of the coin. It adheres itself to the surface of it.
Yeah, I actually did pick up some brown Ikes on eBay sale one time, and I mean I see like the oxidization in those original brown Ike holders.
Right. Yeah,
I mean I didn't like them. I like the uncirculated better in those cheap little plastic blue cases.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if there really are any really high grade Eisenhower proofs. That
there are. You have to if I'm going to send an Eisenhower Ike silver dollars, they got to be super high grade.
Let's see. Yeah, because I mean I got these, and I mean I bought. It was 4 consecutive years. Well, it was 72, 73, 71, 72, 73, 74. The 73 seemed fine, but the other 3 I could just see something going on.
Right.
With the Browns.
Yeah, you have the whole set of the Ikes?
Yes, I bought a whole binder of everything. The guy told me it was every single Eisenhower from every year, whether they were silver or clad.
And proof and business strike?
Yes.
Yeah, the only way I would send those off to get them graded is if they just looked absolutely perfect.
Well, I'm not even talking about grading. I'm talking about
conservation.
Yes.
So the tone you're talking about the toned ones, the dark tone ones. You want the toning removed?
Well, I'm just a little afraid that these coins in this booklet might. I mean, I'm not a professional by any means, but I'm just thinking maybe it's better I
get them treated now before some real damage happens?
Well, first of all, take them out of the binders and you put them in capsules or flips.
Yeah, see, I would, yeah, my train of thought is, well, if I did that, then I'm exposing it to the air, and I don't know if that's going to cause damage. I'm an amateur at this.
Well, listen, those things, those books aren't airtight. They're exposed to the air. That's why they're toned. They're toned because the books can cause that, but also exposure to the air can cause that. I would take them out and I would put them in flips, or I'd put them in capsules. Also, too, dude, you can dip those in Jewel Lust or E-Zest, and that stuff comes right off. And as long as you handle them, like I said, use rubber gloves. You got to use that stuff anyway if you're going to dip it. And then blot dry them with a microfiber towel and blow dry them. And they're fine.
Okay.
Do your own conservation.
Yeah, I guess I was just looking for like a home solution. I'm not talking about getting these professionally graded by any means.
Yeah, dipping them would be, if you want to remove toning. The big thing about toning is you don't want it to develop. You don't want it to develop into coin cancer.
Right. Speaking of toning, I picked up this is a couple months ago, I picked up a 1993 Philadelphia set. It's got the fractional golds, the eagle, and then a medallion. While the silver eagle has all this purple toning around the rim. Should I really be concerned?
No. That's considered attractive toning. Again, if it's not like rust colored or dark and like black, and it's not elasticized, coming off the coin, that's coin cancer. If it's not that, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, yeah, because I thought, for a 20-year-old coin, I mean, it was like, this purple, it was a lot of purple toning on it, which was odd, but that's okay.
That's awesome when you get the purple and blue in there.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Hold on one second. Silver Siren was asking about the Chinese coin market today compared to a couple years ago. It's okay. 2011 was the peak, and then it kind of went down. 2012, 2013, it stabilized, and it's the truly rare pieces have gone back up, and they've maintained value. My biggest recommendation for modern Chinese coins are the silver 12-ounce pandas, some of the 5-ounce silver pandas from the 1990s, 1993 to 1997. No worries. Yeah, it's the modern Chinese coin market is strong. It's not overall. It's not as strong as it was in 2011. But the rare pieces have maintained their value, and in some cases they've even gone up. Yeah, that's it. Somebody's showing up. Is that E-Zest? Silver hair. Yeah, that's what you need. Yep.
You would actually use that on coins?
Sure, absolutely. On an Ike silver dollar? Yeah. Would I use that on a Mint State 64, 65 Morgan dollar? No, wouldn't do that.
Just for cleaning up like junk silver.
Well, junk silver. Yeah. I don't even use it on junk silver. You can use it on what I use it on is if I have a client that doesn't like toning, and I just take, and it's not an overly expensive coin or a key date. I just dip it. Nobody knows the difference.
Except you.
Well, every coin dealer does it.
Is that right, eh?
Oh, they do. Even if they say they don't, they do. It
that
doesn't.
Won't touch milk spots, though, right?
What's that?
That won't touch milk spot anymore.
No, it won't. No, milk spots are permanent.
Yeah.
We call them white spots of death because they kill the gradient on a coin.
Yeah.
When somebody says like a Morgan dollar, peace dollar that they're cold, that they're clean, how are they usually cleaned that destroys their value?
Cleaned as opposed to dip. Cleaned is where somebody takes a toothbrush to it. Okay, that's improperly cleaned. okay, or a wash rag, or they take their thumbnail and try to scrape something off of it. That's improperly cleaned. Dipping a coin is a different process altogether. You're simply removing surface toning.
Because I thought somehow if you use some sort of cleaning agent, you're destroying the luster or something of the coin.
You can do that. If you don't do it right, you basically what you want to do is you want to dip the coin in there for no more than 2 seconds. Take it out, wash it under hot water, running hot water. Dip it in some kind of soap, hand soap. Wash it again. Blot dry it. In other words, take a microfiber. What I do is I just set them down on a microfiber towel. Then I put another microfiber towel on top of it, and then when it's done, after about 2-3 minutes, I take a blow dryer to it, and you never know that it had been dipped.
Huh. Huh. Good to know.
Yeah, and by the way, I only do that. I do that with full discretion. So if I have a client that wants a coin, and I have it and it's toned, or I find one for him and it's toned, I show him a picture of the coin and I say I can dip it. We can have it conserved, restored. You tell me however you want it, I'll do it. And if they don't want the coin graded, they'll tell me to dip it.
Right.
Doesn't toning add value to some coins, though?
Sure, absolutely. Attractive toning, yes. Older coins, it absolutely does. You get some of that attractive rainbow toning on a Morgan dollar, yeah, it can triple the value.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't own any toned stuff, but I'm just curious why somebody would want to take away a toning if it's going to add value.
Yeah, that's the originality of a coin. In fact, some people artificially tone coins to see if they can, they can get them work one over on the grading surface. But 90% of the time, it's easy to detect.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to spot that.
Yeah, it is for me anyway. NGC, a few years back, NGC was horrible about it. They were grading all kinds of stuff they shouldn't have been grading. Hey guys, I'll be right back.
I think I'm gonna hit the hay siren. Yeah, thank you for the invite. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, Argent Agent, if you hear me. I'll talk to you all sometime sooner or later.
Hey,
See you later, half-hour.
Yeah, I'm gonna DD out of here too. Thanks for the invite, Silver Siren, and good to see you, Argent Agent. And thanks for all the tips given everybody today. Appreciate it.
Good to see you guys. And guys, I have to head out too, unfortunately. I apologize, but I appreciate Silver Siren setting this up, and let's do it again. The more I do of these, maybe the the sharper I'll get. These I'd like to do one if it's possible with. I know you did one of the gold ones, and I would like to do set one of these up where all we talked about was some of the U.S. numismatic stuff, and maybe have some people show some of their older coins, if there's a big enough audience for that, if that's possible.
That'd be cool.
Thanks a lot, guys. Hey, much appreciated. Thank you, Silver Siren. Thank you. Take care, guys.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So does anybody use Bullion Stacker at all? Do any trading of metals? Do you guys talk about that already?
I never have. In fact, this is the first I've ever heard about them.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I heard about them not too long ago, and I think they've been up at least since 2008 or 2009, but it's just kind of your own little marketplace where people buy and sell from each other. And there's a feedback score. for trustworthiness.
Huh. I'll have to look them up.
Yeah, it's just bullionstacker.com.
Let's see.
My goodness, Silver Siren, you've got a few there. Nice, nice. Yeah, a lot of people I know don't like Kitco for several reasons, but Bullion Stacker seems to be the popular one.
So do they just sell, or is it trading and stuff?
You can buy or sell, or you can trade as well. They have forums for all the above.
Huh. All right, got a new bookmark for the computer.
All right, guys, I gotta go tuck the kids in. So have a good night. All right.
All right, thanks a lot.
Good to be on my first Hangout.
Well, it looks like we're losing everybody, so I guess I'll go too. It's been so much fun. Thank you a lot, Siren.